Welcome to the Yeseo SEO Glossary. Today we're talking about conversions, and I'm going to start by explaining it like you're 5 years old. Don't be patronised, I'm just trying to keep things simple. A conversion is any action a visitor to a website performs that you want them to perform. This could be buying something, it could be subscribing to a newsletter, it could be almost anything. So why is that so important for SEO? Okay, well, let's back up a little bit and talk a bit deeper about conversions. So as I say, a conversion could be anything from buying something, downloading a free ebook, signing up to a newsletter. It could be almost anything. And it's important to SEO because it brings into play something we talk about a lot, which is CRO, conversion rate optimization. CRO is a method of making your website better so that your visitors perform more of the actions, create more conversions that you want them to. So how do you start measuring a conversion? Well, it's going to be different depending on what it is you want your website visitors to do. If you want them to download a book, you might use something in Google Analytics or another tracking tool to measure how many people are downloading the book. If they're buying something, a conversion is usually the easiest one, actually, the e-commerce websites. A conversion is somebody has bought something, and you measure that again through analytics or through a different tool. In fact, Shopify has some quite good tools, as does WooCommerce on WordPress. But that's how you measure conversions. Now, measuring conversions becomes really important in a far larger business context than just SEO. If you have a website that gets maybe 1,000 visitors and only a handful of those people are buying something, then it's an indication that something could be improved, or worst case scenario, something's wrong. Is there something wrong with your checkout process? Are you trying to sell a product nobody wants? Is the product ranking highly enough in SEO? See, everything comes back round to SEO. So, what influences conversions on your website? I think I've just touched on a few really. It's, do people want the product? Does it rank highly enough? Can they identify with the product when they find it on the page? Do they think, this is what I'm looking for? These things are all loosely bundled up in what we call UX, or user experience. And this is an important thing to SEO, because Google knows about user experience. They know very well. And they know that if people are coming to your website, not finding what they want and napping off somewhere else, it's possibly because your website isn't very good or doesn't have enough authority to give people what they want. So Google may not specifically measure conversions, but they do know how people feel about your website. In ye olden days, we talk about bounce rate a lot. How many people come to your website and then just leave? It's not the greatest metric anymore. And as a side point, with Google Analytics GA4, the bounce rate thing's kind of gone. We've got better tools now. But how people feel about your website will always impact how Google feels about your website. If people love your website, keep coming back, they spend a lot of time on it, and they get what they want, then Google will see that you are excellent, you are authoritative, and you will rank better. So, how do you analyze this? Just get Google Analytics. There are other tools available, but it's fairly ubiquitous at this point. But what's the date? We're in 2023. This video might be outdated, but it'll only be outdated insofar as which software you use, not the fact that conversions are important. They're always going to be important. Anyway, there you go. SEO Glossary for conversions. Thank you for watching.